Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Just playing some Wingspan today. I'm happy to have you guys along and let me know what you think. Just looking at my initial card. Basically, the way it works is the more birds you start with, the harder time you have with your starting resources, the more you have to pay for each. So some of the special bonus cards here, it looks like having a bunch of birds with nest, any birds with the fish symbol, just like this. Let's see. I generally like to get a couple of cheap birds early on. Let's see what's in the general supply. Oh, really expensive ones. I actually really enjoy this card. Being able to discard one to kind of fuel your engine of production is good. It's pretty costly to start out with. And until I get my egg engine going, it may not even be particularly great. But let me start with this and see how it goes. Looking at the other birds, there's this repeat one that I also really like. The ability to kind of get a really good power and just do it again. And comboing that with this raven might end up pretty well. Since I discarded 3 cards here, I'm going to end up starting with 3 resources. So that will get me enough to get this raven. And I'm hoping to place this bird on the laying of eggs and just to start that engine going. And then to play this to continue it. Normally laying eggs is a really late game strategy, but I'm actually really excited to try this. For the bonus cards here, I don't have any that's initially qualifying for this nest. And it seems like this has a lower bar of entry, but there's just less cards, 18% of cards versus 31% of cards. Let me go ahead and grab this enclosure building. So the game's played over 4 rounds, and what we have here is number of eggs in nest that are that little symbol. Then we have the number of cards that you have that have no powers whatsoever. Then we have the number of birds that you have in your forest row, and then you have the overall number of birds that you have. So we're going to go ahead and take my first turn here. I'm just going to place my raven. That will hopefully get my engine started. So I went ahead and gained food to get a fish, so I can eventually play this little fellow. Knowing that this is, you have to discard one from another bird, really slows down the startup of this engine, but it's still pretty cool. I think once it gets going, it'll be good. So we're going to lay some eggs this turn. This is really just preparing for putting out future birds. I'm really hoping that I get some cherries over here, or I get a better bird that I can pick up from the middle here. Oh, looks like one of my opponents is rolling some dice. Come on, give me a cherry. Ah, not a single cherry in there. That leaves me with delaying or trying to pick up 2 for any. As I look at the birds out here, I don't see any that's of particular interest to me. I don't like the fact that they don't have a lot of spaces and they have high cost. Actually, now that I look at it, it looks like I accidentally grabbed the fish mistakenly. Let me get over here. I'm gonna grab, I'll grab a wheat. That guy over there. So I'm definitely off to a rough start here because didn't end up getting that cherry. So I'm really hoping I get the ability to re-roll into one of these 2. If not, I'll probably just draw a random card, hoping for the best. I'm kind of tempted to pick up this one because it eats resources in order to tuck 2 cards behind it, which is 2 points. And while it can't hold much, I may have the excess resources to pull it off once I get my engine going. So I'm going to draw a bird, and I'm debating on whether I want to grab this one, which I think will work well with my engine. and work with some of my, doesn't look like it goes well with much of the objectives here. It does work well with this. All right, I will grab this into my hand. Ah, same player has taken 2 cards from me now that I was looking to pick up. But at least they're getting gobbled up. Maybe there will be one that comes out. I need to grab some food anyhow. All right, I'm going to gain food. And I'm going to grab a cherry. Boop. I wouldn't mind picking up this card, refill the tray, and you get kind of first dibs on one of the new face-up ones. Plus, you get your normal draw. Pretty good. That might be what I pick up next round. I'm gonna grab a bird. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to play the Northern Mockingbird. Which is actually I'm gonna wait to play that because if I do, I'm gonna lose out on the turn bonus. If you guys don't mind, leave a comment below. Let me know what I can do better. I'm really new at this. I'm trying to make some interesting videos for you guys. And if you could also hit the like and the subscribe button, that would really help me out as well. I appreciate your feedback and kind of help me learn. So I was planning to play a bird this turn, but I realized it's not really going to help me in the grand scheme of things. So instead I'm just going to grab this food so I don't have to do a 2-for-1 trade next round. Really not getting off to a good start here. Doing a lot of oversights because my opponent over here has 2 on this nest. I have 2 on this nest. It doesn't look like there's any opportunity here. So when we look at birds in here, I should be able to get second place, which is really only a point, but might as well. I think from actually in terms of an engine building, it may have been more efficient for me to just give up that point and just action economy it, because once this gets online, I'm going to be producing so many resources anyhow that I don't think it's going to matter. So I'll go ahead and score second place here. I think I need to focus on my engine building here with the tucking of cards and generating. Alright, I'm gonna play a Northern Mockingbird. Don't you mock me. I kind of think at this point this is going to be a game of testing if scoring none of the objectives and just having a little engine can actually win you the game. Alright, I'm going to lay some eggs. My Northern Mockingbird is going to repeat the brown power on one other bird. And then my Raven's going to do his power. So I'm just going to put out 1 egg. And I will get 4 wheat and end my turn. Alright, so on my turn, I'm going to play a Sandhill Crane. I will pay my egg cost. And ditch 3 wheat. Alright, so my current thought is there's nothing out there that I really want. It's not really. I am a little low on places to store eggs. And I do need the worm for this. So I think I'm going to lay some eggs here. Double wheat here. So I'll basically net 2 eggs. So I'm doing the double wheat action to take 4 cards and put it under my little bird here. The next thing I'm going to do is get 2 for a worm and another wheat. And so that nets me 2 eggs. I'm going to play a white-throated dipper. And I'll even pay the cost for it. So I'm empty on birds, and I like to get some more options there. There's none out that are particularly great for me. I don't foresee myself using all 4 type of actions very often. I like the birds that I have. So I could just get a random one, hope for something, and refill the tray. Or I could lay some eggs. I'm kind of inclined to get some random one and pull one from the tray. That way I know what resources to get going into next round. Keeping in mind that as I look at these actions, I'm really looking at dropping some stuff in the forest. So maybe it'd be good to pick up this card just because it's worth a lot of points. I mean, 6 points is significant, and it goes into your forest space. In order to get the most birds out, I would like something that lets me put down extra birds like this. Sadly, I just don't think I'm going to meet that condition very often, and there's only going to be 2 cases where it actually hits. So I'm going to draw bird cards. Ooh, so this draw 2 new bonus cards and keep one's pretty nice, and it does play into my engine for wheat. I'm going to take the painted bunting. And I'm also going to discard all remaining face-up cards, refill the tray, and if I do, I draw 1 new face-up card. The fact that that counts double is nice. This is a very high pointed card, which also feeds into my wheat engine. I think would be very nice. I don't like the fact that there's no green cards. I'm going to go and get the white stork. Ooh, 8 points. That's pretty solid. It does continue my theme of abandon all attempts to get objectives and just build an engine. But we'll see. Alright, I'm going to lay some eggs. So I'm only going to get 1 because the raven's going to eat 2. And I'm going to end up discarding 1 wheat to put 2 cards under my crane. And for resources, I'm going to get a worm, fish, and 2 wheat. Ooh, so excited. Once I get this stork down, I'm going to be able to draw 1 from the 3 birds, get points from tucking, get resources from my raven. Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. I at this point I don't even care if I win or not. Like this engine is just so beautiful. Alright, so Yeah, I definitely abandoned these objectives. I may be able to get a little bit of points in the last round. They do go up as you go along. So I do like this card, and it would push me to the objective. But I think I'm just going to go Stork, because I think there's better cards out there that I could pick up. I'm going to play a bird, playing the white Stork. Paying my cost for it, and I'm also going to get rid of the 2 eggs, like a good player. Alright, I'm going to lay eggs, which gets me 4. Go ahead and distribute those. Doesn't really matter where they go, honestly. My Raven's about to gobble a couple of them up. I'm going to discard all the face up and refill the tray. And I get first dibs. Let's see what I got here. When play, draw 2. Is it even worth the effort of putting that out there? This one's pretty good because it'll feed off of what other players tend to do towards the end of the round. It doesn't have anything of a nest, though. And it is specific to where they lay their eggs in the nest. I'm going to pick up the common cuckoo. I'm going to discard a wheat in order to put 2 cards under this crane. Oops, this crane. And my mockingbird is gonna mock the raven, and they're both gonna nom some resources. So let me get rid of 2 eggs, and I'll pick up some resources. Get rid of these 2. And what am I looking at here? If I want to play this, which I'm kind of debating whether I even want to, but I would need 2 of the green here. And let me go ahead and pick up 2 wheat. That'll let me do my double tuck combo as needed. I really do want to find a card that'll let me play birds, so I don't have to keep eating that action. It looks like, and I haven't played this a ton, but it looks like most of them are pretty situational, which makes sense. I mean, gaining an entire action based off of playing your row would be a little powerful. I think now I'm just looking for high value cards so that each time I play this as an action, I get a high return. And ideally, also things with this little nest symbol and high capacity for eggs. Oh, something I just noticed is that this is whenever another player at all takes the lay eggs action. And the situation with the nest is it has to be on one of my bowl nest or whatever this thing is, which I don't have a ton of slots available. But yeah, I think this would be great to play. So I'm going to pay 2 worms to play the common cuckoo. And what this does is whenever you guys take a lay egg action, I get to get an egg. So just let me know when you guys do that. I'm a little disappointed with myself. Apparently, there's 31% of these cards in the deck. And for 4 points, I just need 4 of them. And if you look at the spread out here, I have 1, and that's it. But hopefully we can get a couple more out before the game ends. Getting 3 out would be a bit difficult. Alright, I'm going to also be my own independent bird who don't need no robin and lay my own eggs. No, I don't think all robins are male. Uh, I'm gonna refill or discard all the things in the middle. This is worth 9 points, which is pretty insane. It doesn't go to my objectives, and it also doesn't help my need for egg slots. But that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'll get forget objectives. Like that's 9 points. I'm gonna pick up the bald eagle. I'm also going to play 2 wheat to tuck 4 cards under the crane. Go ahead and put you under there. I got 12. It's looking pretty good. And my raven is going to eat a egg in order to get me 2 resources. I'm going to take, I think, 2 wheat. I might do yeah, I'll do a wheat and a rat. Hoping to pull this engine off one more time. I am seriously running low on slots for eggs, which is a bit of a problem. The unfortunate thing is, as I look at this, I'm not looking too good at getting the most in any category, really. It'd be really useful if I could get something to lay up here, but let me go ahead and lay eggs again. Paying my wheat to tuck 2 cards under here. Solid amount of points. And then I'm going to discard 2 eggs in order to get 4 resources. Oh, I need to replenish too. I almost forgot to pick out a good card. It's kind of nice, but I already have something that's doing that. And I'm really running out of space. Oh, so I think this is the one to just kind of increase some of my numbers. So looking around the table, it looks like there's 5 in the forest here, 2 in the forest here, 4 here. Looking at this objective, if I somehow did this and got 2nd place, I get 2 points. Which I could friendly tie it. But I don't really think I want to do that. I do think this card is going to be useful going into the last round to catch up and get that round 4 bonus, which is the total number of birds out. I'm going to play a bald eagle. Now, a concern that I have here is I currently have 3 spots open for eggs. Um, and I'm going to get 4, and just because of the order that these go, I might have to end up just losing an egg just because I don't have the space for it. It may be a good idea next round to get these extra birds out just so I have extra spaces for eggs. I'm going to go ahead and call that I'm in last here from looking around the board. Ooh. So it looks like here's the ability to double play, which would be nice. The problem is my economy currently doesn't support it too well. I'm just realizing I forgot to play the bald eagle grab all birds, which stinks. I'm gonna lay eggs. I'm gonna get 4 of them. I'm a little pickled here because I don't think I have space for all of them. Yeah, it looks like I just have space for those 2, so the other 2 get discarded. I'm gonna wipe the board and draw a new row. When another player plays a bird, gain 1 from the supply. Meh. It's a decent point card. Now this is pretty good because this can. Oh yeah, it's fairly cheap. And when another player does a tuck action, and I get to draw 1 at the end of their turn. Nice. I do wish I had a couple more cards to do that with, but yeah, let me pick this up. I'm going to grab the snow bunting. I'm going to discard 1 wheat in order to tuck 2 cards. Go ahead and eat some of these and get 4 resources. I want to play this snow bunting because there's been a lot of tuck cards being played by one of the other players, and I'm going to combo it this with the house wren. It looks like this is going to be my last spot that I can be taken out with the wheat area or grasslands, whatever you call that. But that's okay. So I want to make sure I have at least 1 green and a wheat. So that's 1 of the 4. So let me go ahead and do 2 greens for my next run. And just in case, let me also do... no, because that'll let me play 1, then the other. So I need another worm. There we go. For reference, it's this player here that's been tucking cards. He's just putting them to the side. I don't think anyone's tucking here. I don't think this player is doing much tucking, but just 1 doing it. On top of the fact that I get to get the 5 points for the bird itself is pretty nice. I'm gonna play a house wren. So I'm gonna pay my egg cost for him and little wormy for him. And he is nice enough to let me play a second bird, which will be a snow bunting. So I'm going to pay my wheat and my worm. Also need to pay my little eggs. Bloop. I need to pay a little more attention to what my other players are doing. And I got a benefit from someone else laying some eggs. It's wonderful. All right, so I'm not too thrilled about this little fella. So let me go ahead and lay my own eggs. And I have a difficult decision here to make because do I want to pay the resource now to get the extra bird? Or do I pay it to get 2 points? Let's see. I think the points are worth more at this point in time. I'm going to pay the 1 to get an extra egg. No, I'm kind of at capacity for eggs here. Kind of running out of space. So I'll keep the 2 wheat. No, I lied. I'll pay the wheat to get an extra egg. Yeah, hold on. Let me see how it rolls out. You do 1 there. Yeah, I'll do the 1 wheat. Now we get to discard all remaining face up and refill the tray. Let's hope we get something that says play a double bird maybe. Would be fantastic. Ooh, that is, yeah. That's fantastic. Then all I need to do is find 1 that can be played in forest, which may not happen. This is a good card too. I'm debating whether I should go for, yeah, let me pick up this. I'll pick up the Ruby Crown Kinglet. After that, I'm going to pay 1 wheat to get 2 cards tucked. And this is a difficult situation because I'm kind of hoping that I just luck into a forest card that I can maybe play. So let me do 2 wheat. Let me just grab some diversity here. And remove 2 eggs for that cost. There we go. So I'm going to do lay eggs. I guess I'm going to go ahead and ditch a 1 resource to get a 5th egg. Let me see how it plays out first though. Two. 3. 2 there, a ball. So that would leave me 3 spaces here. It's only going to go around 1 more time. So it's probably worth risking this to get 1. I'm going to clear out the middle. I'm really hoping for a good forest card here. Oh, it's pretty good. That's a good 5 points. I'm going to get this Clark's Nutcracker. So I need 1. If I get rid of those 2, I would need to pick up 2 resources. But if I only got rid of 1, I'd be able to. So if I spend 1 here to tuck cards, if I spend 2, I wouldn't be able to double play these. I just wouldn't have the resources for it. All right, so I'm gonna spend the 1 wheat to tuck 2. And I'm gonna eat 2 eggs. So I need, let's see. I got the 2 wheat, I got the 1 little wormy, and let me grab just a random fish. And let me grab like one of these, because I could end up being able to tuck one. Alright, so this is my last turn. So I'm going to play this Ruby Crown Kinglet. And that will let me play a second bird in the same habitat. So that's 2 wheat, 1 of anything. I probably should have done the math on this. It may have been more efficient for me to just lay some eggs. Uh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm really hoping I get first. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like there's a tie there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tuck a card down here. Put it back. And technically I get to draw 1 at the end of the turn, but it doesn't really matter. So of the end goals, I ended up tying here, which divides and gives me 0. Last place, and then I did end up getting first here, which I think was worth it. Maybe over competing for the birds. Let me take a look at the board. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I probably should have just laid eggs. I think that would have been more efficient. But I do end up splitting this, so I get 5 points for end of round goals. I'm going to end up getting 0 for that. So let me count up my eggs. So I got a total of 13 eggs. Bonus cards, I got 0. I kind of ignored those. Tucked cards. So for tucked cards, I got 21. I got 49 from birds. Alright, that looks like its final score. Do leave any comments down below if you think I can do anything better. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. I hope you watch some more of my videos, and I really appreciate you watching.